Hello everyone. Welcome to your own channel Food Tech Network. My name is Hanu Sharma. I hope you are all doing good. In this lecture, we'll talk about the concepts of balanced diet and meal planning, a very important aspect of human nutrition. So let us begin with it. So let us see how National Institute of Nutrition, situated in Hyderabad, Telangana, designs the balanced diet for various group of people. So in this case, we are going to discuss about the balanced diet for adults, both men and women, with sedentary, moderate, and heavy activity. So if we divide the food in different groups like cereal and millets, pulses, milk and milk products, roots and tubers, green leaf vegetables, other vegetables, fruit, sugar and fat, then for a man having sedentary lifestyle, he has to have like around 12.5 servings of cereals and millets, and each serving has to have like 30-gram portion. A man with sedentary lifestyle has to have 2.5 servings of pulses, with each serving weighing 30 gram. He has to have 3 servings of 100 ml milk and milk products, 2 servings each of 100 gram of fruits and tubers, 1 serving of 100 gram of green leafy vegetables, 2 serving of other vegetables weighing 100 gram, 1 serving of fruits with 100 gram per portion, 4 serving of sugar which in total should weigh not more than 20 gram, and 5 serving of fat like ghee, butter and all not weighing more than 25 gram. For a woman, the figure changes. 9 serving with each weighing 30 gram for cereals and millets, 2 serving of 30 gram each for pulses, 300 ml of milk, 2 serving each of 100 gram for roots and tubers, 100 gram serving of green leafy vegetable, and 200 gram serving of other vegetables, 100 gram for fruits, 20 gram for sugar, and 20 gram for fat. This figure completely changes when the exercise level change. If you see the moderate and heavy lifestyle, sugar can be changed. We can have like 36 gram of sugar and around 55 gram of sugar with varying exercises. Now, if we talk about the sample balanced diet for an adult man as per NIN, so this diet plan was curated for a man having sedentary lifestyle and he's considered an adult. So, in the breakfast, he has to have around 100 ml of milk, serving would be around half a cup, sugar that is 15 gram, cereals 70 gram, and pulses 20 gram. This is to be taken in the breakfast, and the basic things which can be cooked would can be hot milk, tea or coffee, a breakfast item like dosa or a sandwich or something else. For lunch, he has to have 120 grams of cereal, 20 grams of pulses, 150 gram of vegetables, 100 ml of milk, and this can be furnished in the form of cooked rice, rotis, dal, curry, salad, curd, etc. For tea or the evening snack, around 50 ml of milk is sufficient. Cereals and sugar may or may not be added, and tea or coffee happens to be the most suitable cooked recipe. In the dinner, just like lunch, 120 gram of cereals, 20 gram of pulses, 150 gram of vegetables, 50 ml of milk or suitable product like curd, 50 gram of vegetables, and 100 gram of fruit can be used. Cooked recipes may include rice, rotis, dal, vegetable curry, seasonal fruits, etc. For a woman, this figure changes. If the breakfast can have milk, sugar, cereals, and pulses with a quantity of 100 ml, 10 gram, 50 gram, and 20 gram respectively, in the form of milk, tea, coffee, or any breakfast item. Lunch has to have 100 grams of cereal, 20 grams of pulses, 100 gram of vegetable, 50 gram of additional vegetable in the form of salad, and 100 ml of milk in the form of rice, dal, rotis, curry, etc. Evening snack has to have around 50 gram of cereals and 10 gram of sugar along with 50 ml of milk. A snack could be made along with a cup of tea or coffee. Dinner has to have 100 gram of cereals, 20 grams of pulses, 100 gram of vegetables, 50 ml of milk or curd, 50 gram of vegetable, and 100 gram of fruit. Again in the form of rice, roti, dal, any particular sabzi or vegetable curry, and seasonal fruit. Now, let us discuss the concept of meal planning. Meal planning means planning diets which will provide all nutrients in required amounts and proportions to have an adequate nutrition. As the family's well being and health are dependent on how well they are fed, it is a challenge to every meal planner to meet it and get it well done. It proves to be a satisfying and rewarding experience. Besides other factors such as digestibility, palatability, economy, family customs related to religion, food fats, choices, veganism, organic food consumption, etc., we may have different choices. It also determines whether the food can be actually supplied and utilized by the individual or not. If we talk about the characteristics of meal planning, then first of all, it should be remembered that the food has to be palatable before it can become nutritious, because no one will consume a food which is not at all tasty or appealing to mouth, no matter how much nutritious it is, as majority of people will not eat it. We should remember that appetite is the pleasurable anticipation of foods and depends not only on hunger but also on taste, texture, appearance, and attractiveness of the food, pleasantness of the surrounding, and a cheerful frame of mind. That is psychological aspect. Meal planning thus is both an art and a science. An art is the in the skillful blending of colors, textures, and flavors, and a science in the wise choice of food for optimum nutrition and digestion. The objectives of meal planning are to satisfy the nutritional needs of the family members, to keep expenditure within family food budget, to take into account the food preference of individual members, using methods of cooking to retain maximum nutrients, economize on time, fuel, and energy, to serve attractive and appetizing meals. Various factors influence meal planning, like nutritional adequacy, how well a food is nutritious. Does it have all kind of macro and micronutrients or not? Is it going to have any therapeutic impact on the consumer's life or not? Economics, like whether it is falling in the budget, is it exceeding it, or are we going to save something by using this meal plan? Satiety value, how long does this food how long does this food keeps the consumer felt satisfied? Likes, dislikes, like what do people like and they don't. Religion, belief, and culture. For instance, food varies with the culture. What people eat in northeast of India is not being consumed in the north portion. Similar is the difference between the west and the southern parts of India in terms of food choices. Also, religion impacts a lot to the food. For instance, not consuming beef in the Indic faiths and not consuming pork in the Islamic faith uh, largely determines the choice of meat eating. Food fats, like eating vegan food, completely getting rid of the animal based products like dairy, honey, and all those things, and going for organic foods, completely rid of pesticides and herbicides, are also example how meal planning is needed to consider this factor. Climate and other conditions. For instance, in cold and temperate zones, people tend to consume more heat inducing foods like spices and foods full of high values of calories, and that is not the case in tropical countries. Now, let us see how balanced diet affects a particular condition of health. So, in this case, we've taken the example of CVD, that is cardiovascular diseases. To interpret this data, I used National Library of Medicine. You can see I studied various articles, and this nutrition and cardiovascular health article was found by me to be the best. So, when I tried to, interpret the information given in this article, I found out that by just modulating the diet, one can control the problems associated with cardiovascular diseases like hypertension, atherosclerosis, and all. So, this is how a cardiac diet chart is made. For a person having this problem, the daily energy intake should not exceed 2730 kilocalorie. We talk about the meal time: 9 a.m., 11 a.m., 1 p.m., 4 p.m., and 8 p.m. are the perfect combination of different slots which are needed to be followed. Total fat has to be restricted to 30 gram. We need to give 600 milligram of calcium, 1000 milligram of sodium, 555 grams of carbohydrates in different forms, 60 grams of protein, and around 17 milligram of iron. This is how one can design a proper recipe for the whole day. In breakfast, that is to be done from 8 a.m. to 8:30 a.m. Ragi dosa, that is 3 plus 2 teaspoon methi chutney plus 1 glass of milk or 1 cup of tea can be given. In the mid meal or brunch, that is 11 to 11:30 a.m., one medium banana can be served. In the lunch from 2 to 2:30 p.m., 1 cup of brown rice plus 2 rotis and half a cup of cabbage or other such vegetable infused dal can be given, along with half a cup of sabzi, for instance of capsicum, gobi, that is cauliflower, and other such things. And this has to be added on with 1 glass of buttermilk. The evening snack from 4 to 4:30 p.m. has to be associated with 1 glass of almond milk that is needed to be toned, like low in fat, around less than 3%. Then 2 to 3 oats biscuits will suffice. In the dinner, that is 8 to 8:30 p.m., 3 rotis plus half a cup of rich guard sabzi or the such vegetable, half cup of vegetable salad, and 1 glass of buttermilk will do the needful. So this was all about this video. I hope you liked it. If you still have doubts, you can drop them down in the comment section.